So hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. This week you join me out on the banks of the river and we're in search of silvers on the stick float. As you can see behind me, it's a beautiful morning on the bank. We're on a brand new swim, which is always exciting, and how can you not be excited by a backdrop like that? You can see there the river behind, wild, middle of nowhere, and I'm super excited to see what this day holds. That for me is what the magic of fishing is all about. When I'm sat in work in the week, I'm sat at my desk thinking, what are we doing at the weekend? Texting my uncle, making plans. Come a Saturday morning, but up bright and early, we're out on the bank, and I can't wait to wet a line. It could be a swim full of snags, it could be a swim that's devoid of fish, but there has been a lot topping. It could be really amazing fishing, you never know. And that for me is the most exciting part of my fishing, chasing the unknown and the adventures that come with it. Speaking of the adventures, you guys come along with me every Friday, and I do appreciate the support you show the channel. If you are new around here, my name's Danny. Every Friday at 6 PM we put a brand new video on the channel. So if you do enjoy today's video, subscribe down below, leave the video a like, it really does help the channel out. And if you are new, say hello in the comments below. So flicking the camera around, I made the effort today to be nice and comfortable. I have been appreciating the last couple of weeks sat on my box, so I've been making the extra effort. It is a bit of a pain, but it is better being sat down. So we have got a reed bed in front of us here, and you can just see by the bits of flotsam coming down, fish topping, there's a nice steady pace to it. Looking downstream, we've got plenty of river to go down to. We've got a nice snag on the bend. We are on the outside of a little bit of a bend, and how can you not excited with fish topping? The plan is start nice and easy, rod tip. Just going to go off the rod tip down this line here. Just looks like a nice steady pace. And hopefully put my hemp about here and get the bites in that type of area. Try and draw some fish in, and if we run into any problems, we've got plenty of options. Got a nice snag upstream if you want to go on the feeder. So yeah, it's a swim with plenty of options about it. So when I am trying new areas of river, I always bring my 17-foot rod. Whether the swim is 4 foot deep or 15 foot deep, I can tackle it. Got one of the new Axis 2 reels on there, and on there I've got £4 4-ounce finesse line from Cordham, and that is down to a 1.6 gram fine liner float, and it's a setup that I have had for a couple of weeks. It is the reverse shotting pattern, so 5 number 4, 4 number 4, 3, 2 and 1, all the way down to the top of my hook link, which is a £3 hook link to a size 16 hook. Looking at the side tray, we've got a bit of corn with us today to attack them better quality fish if they're about. We've got plenty of the Hinders hemp, got some maggot, and I've mixed up some ground bait as well. The grass in it adds to the mix, most definitely. Might have to add a bit of water to that in a minute, but I'm going to sort my line out first. Find the line we're going down, and that mix again is the Hinders sweet, and I've got some of the method mix in there as well. So like with all blogs, we're going to start nice and easy, double maggot, just off the rod tip. It does go deeper as it goes out, and there are fish topping further out. I'm just going to chuck maggots in front of me. You see, a bit of pace on the river. I'm just going to begin by just chucking a bit of hemp, just where that float's settling. Hold back. And there we go, right on that. We're feeding the hemp. First fish of the day, and it's a little roach. See, there was plenty of fish topping. I did expect to go straight in and get a bite, but it is exciting when you're on a new bit, just to see what it holds. Again, it's nice and simple, laying the rig in, with a little pinch of hemp, so it's falling through the water. Feed the maggots in front of us here, not too far up because we don't want to draw the fish upstream. I don't care if the maggots take a bit to get down. We've got a bed of hemp in front of us there that we're going to feed. We've got a number of areas then we can attract fish, either over the hemp or as the maggots go further down. Got a bite there on the way up. There's definitely 1 or 2 fish in the swim. Just start to build a picture of the swim. There's obviously 1 or 2 fish about, and see there we've hit a better fish straight away, so that's a good sign. And the fact that it's coming right on that hemp, you know, means that the fish are coming to it, and that's a nice roach, that. So as a fish, it's not going to set any records, but when you're starting on a session, to get fish of that quality so quickly, is really good. That's what we didn't want. We didn't want to hit a snag. That's exactly what we didn't want. A hemp. Again, just further into the river, just to try and avoid that snag, because it felt like a proper one. Be hard to avoid. There we go. So while you're keeping on getting bites, the snag probably won't be an issue, because the fish get to it before you can snag up. But that's another nice roach and a good average stamp. So being positive with the bait. That hemp. There we go, right where we're putting the hemp. There's no way that hemp was part of that feed then, because we're in them lower layers, but it's another lovely roach. It is the time of year we're beginning to move into for roach. There we go. Just trying to keep them on that hemp. If we can keep them just there, then that's the ideal spot where I want to try and keep the bites coming. For those that are new to stick float fishing, that can be the main part of it. Find your line and then try and get the fish where you want them, and then just judge your feeding by your bites. See, we're coming down to that hemp now, so I'm just holding back over it. There we go. And it's enjoyable fishing. I don't think it's not going to attract a predator at some point, whether that's a pike or a perch, because there's plenty of fish in the area. And I guess one of the things that I love about this is, you know, it just shows that if you get out there, look on Google Earth, have a look at your rivers and just get out there and explore. And there is some amazing places that you can see, totally wild, and the fish are thriving. So I'm just going to see if that corn has attracted any better quality fish. So we have been feeding a few grains, been getting plenty of bites. I'm sure if we went in on maggot we'd get, you know, roach. So I'm just going to go through on a grain of corn. There we go, buried straight away. A better quality fish. Just shows that they are there, you know, changing that bait. It's a better quality fish, most definitely. Definitely the best one we've had. The reel's ticking away. And when it is, you know, new bits of river, you just never know. Could be a bream, could be a chub, be a pike. It's a bream. It just shows we've not fed any ground bait yet into the swim, but the better quality fish have just come to the hemp and maggot and that bit of corn. So there we go, what a lovely fish. Moving over to that bigger bait, we've had plenty of bites from the smaller fish on maggot and moved to corn. Been rewarded with a better fish. And yeah, isn't that worth all the effort this morning? Getting up in the dark, bashing through the undergrowth, finding a swim, getting in. And yeah, that is the magic of fishing for me. I love it. Let's get back in there, see if there's any more. So I'm just going to feed 2 really big balls of ground bait into the swim. So right where we're getting that hemp going in the bites. Say, not going to go too mad, just 2 big balls to begin with and then go over the top. As you've seen there, we've had plenty of bites from them small roach, and it is a biter chuck for them. Just gone over to triple maggot, and the float's buried. Get another one of them skimmers, not as big as the last bream, but great fun. So the clouds have cleared. It was cool this morning for the first time on the bank, so seasons might be changing. Gone over to a piece of corn, the float's buried with another one of these skimmers. So there we go, a nice little skimmer, and then quality fish are there on corn. And it's great to have them options of what you want to do, either maggot or corn. So it has been a bite nearly every trot down for either a small roach chublet, or if we're lucky, you know, one of them skimmers. You can see there, still right on that hemp. And that's how you know you're getting your baiting right. You're getting your bites in the same place. That's a nice roach, that. Still going over them 2 balls of ground bait that we fed, and laying on bottom, triple maggot, a lovely skimmer. and in excellent condition. On single maggot it would just be a netful today of roach. See there, triple maggot does seem to allow you to target the better quality fish every now and again, so it doesn't stop you catching the roach, but it does give you a chance at these better quality fish. Lovely fight. There's a snag down there, so we're going to have to tease him away from it, and they definitely fight in this flow. And there we go, another one of those quality bream, and that is a much darker one. And I'm pretty sure at this point, if we started putting quite a bit of that ground bait in, we'd get a good shoal of these going. And it is great fun just swapping between them options, coming a bit closer in before we get to the snag on a corn, or a bit further out on maggot for them roach. Just come a bit closer in, the float's buried. Another one of them skimmers. Nice simple fishing, and what a way to spend a weekend. A palm full of perfect skimmer. That's absolutely mint, that fish. Another one of those hard fighting bream. Moved over to a size 10 hook just to see if we can hit the bites better. Roach are still taking it, but yeah, great fun. A bit of cloud coming over as well now, which definitely cooled down a bit. Just been feeding the odd nugget of ground bait as well. Going to see if we can pick up a few of these. Another one of those quality bream. We won't bother holding him up for camera. You see there the corn in his mouth. It's a lovely bream. Having a closer look at the nuggets that we're feeding, that mixture of that hinders super sweet and the margin mix. I don't actually think they make the margin mix anymore. There was a couple of bags I had left. It's definitely working. And I say, just feeding the odd little nugget like that's going to go straight down to the bottom and break down and keep them fish, them lower layers, hopefully keep them skimmers coming. We're into the afternoon now and the lottery ticket fishing continues. You really don't know what you're going to get. It really is exciting fishing when that float buries. You just don't know what's going to be on the other end. It can be a tiny roach or one of these skimmers, a chub, perch, dace, the list goes on. And such different colours on each bream. That one's got almost like half brown and half light colour to it, and each one is definitely different. A few balls of ground bait and the float buried. Got a reel ticking over nicely, a bend in the rod, and a quality fish on the end, right under her feet. Just shows how simple fishing can be. Don't have to make it difficult. You get your feeding right, you can get some good results. That bream is as bronze as they come. There has been a few today with, I think it's cormorant damage, to be honest with you. It looks like scrapes on them. You can see there towards its pelvic area, a bit of a scrape on that one. The very next cast, just put that bream back and the float is buried again. The GoPro has long died for me to get it on camera, but probably about half an hour of the session left. Feeding positively, we should get some quality under our feet at the end. And the plan has most definitely worked. So there we go, what a beautiful bream to end the session on. There's about only half an hour of the session left, so I'm going to put a bit of bait in and I'll pop a couple of pictures if we get any more. And I'll join you all at the very end. But what an enjoyable session it's been. That's a lovely way to bring it to an end. So in the last half an hour of the session, I really fed that ground bait heavy, and then bream really did come on the feed, adding a few more bream to the net in the final bit of the session. As you can see on screen, we've had an excellent day's fishing with plenty of bites, and it's been great fun. So I really do hope you've enjoyed coming on this adventure with me today. It really is my type of fishing, where you come out, break through the undergrowth, and then find a venue that can produce like this. It's the most rewarding type of fishing I do, and I really do enjoy it. I really do hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. If you can, please give the video a like and subscribe down below. And all that remains is for me to wish you all tight lines in your own fishing, and I'll catch you all next week. Tight line.